Is your favorite bourbon going to make it to the second round of this NFL Bourbon Madness? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today, we are going to finish round number 1 of our NFL Bourbon Madness. We've got 16 teams left in this competition, and we are going to move our way into round number 2. I have completely neglected this series, and I apologize for that, and I need to finish this so that we can get to the Super Bowl by the time the actual NFL Super Bowl occurs. So hopefully by that Friday before the Super Bowl of 2024, we can have our NFL Super Bowl. Leave a comment down below on what your favorite bourbon is in this draft, what your team is, and what bourbon you have going forward. Like I said, we have all 16 samples right here. Absolutely no clue what is in those glasses because it has been absolutely so long since I've done this, but we've got each team labeled with a number going into their corresponding glass. And if you guys don't know how we're doing this, it's a very, very quick nose. The most important factor of this, as always, when you enjoy your bourbon, is you drink it, and whatever one I enjoy the most on the palate and finish moves on to the second round. So as you guys remember, we're going to have the corresponding number with that team on the corner of the screen that it corresponds to, so that you guys aren't confused on what bottles of bourbons are going with what team. So without further ado, if you're new, drop that like down below. Let's hit 100 likes for this video. Leave a comment down below, like I said, and if you're brand new, smash that subscribe button so that you never miss another one of these videos in this corresponding series. So we've got team number 31 going up against number 9. 31's gonna go on the left, and 9 is gonna go on the right. All right, everybody, so here we are on game number 1 of the day. We are gonna start here on the left. I like this nose. It's cherry, it's oak, it's sweet. It's got a little fruitiness to it. That cherry is one of those like up front in your face kind of profiles on this. Let's get in the palate. That's good. It's got a little burn to it. Nothing crazy though. I like it. I like it. One on the right here has a very nice nose. It's sweeter. It's earthier. But I like the richness and the complexity of the one on the left here, I think, a little bit more. Actually, now that I think about it, the one on the right, team number 9 here, is a little bit better than the one on the left. So number 9 is moving on to round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have game number 2 of the day. Team number 17 going up against team number 3. And we've got number 3 going on our right here. All right, so 17's on the left, 3 is on the right. We started on the left last game. Game number 2 of the day, we're starting on our right. There's not much to this. It's a very light nose. It's very light. Whereas the one on the left is very fruity. It's very, very fruity. And the nose is starting to come out a little bit more. It's got a little lemony note. A little powdered sugar, almost like a lemon cake almost. It's got a little bitterness to it. Number 3 has a little bitterness that is coming over the middle of the palate and fading into the finish that I'm not the biggest fan of. The beginning of the palate, the very, very beginning of that sip was sweet, but it just rolled over into this really bitter quality that isn't my favorite thing in the world. So let's move on to, what is this? Team number 17 again, yes. All right. This nose is definitely a little bit better than 3. It's got a little oakiness to it. It's got a little bit more complexity. It's almost like it's a drier. It's a little drier. That oak is taking the saliva out of my tongue. But I don't know if it's better than 3. Because 17 is just, it's bitter, but there's, I don't know. I think I might like 3 a little bit more on the palate. I do. I do like number 3 a little bit more on the palate. So with that, team number 3 is moving on to the round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in game number 3 of the day. We've got team number 5 on the left and team number 2 on the right. So here we go. I'm also trying not to get plastered on this video because we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 more games to go here, and I'm already starting to feel it a little bit. So we did team on the right the last time. So game number 3, we're going to start on the left with team number 5, which you guys, as always, will know in this corner what that team is. Ooh, I like this nose. It's very fruity. It's got a little bit of an herbal aspect to it as well. But that is a sweet nose. Wow, I don't know. I wanted to get into that glass. Here we go. It's a little proofier. I like the oakiness that's coming through on this. It's got a youngness to it that I'm kind of enjoying. But that's it. It's just like there's this sweetness that comes through on this, but there's not much of a backbone. There's not much that's holding it together, giving it the complexity that this glass could have. And for that, I'm going to have to move on to the one on the right. Team number 5, right? Team number 2, sorry. Team number 2. And this nose is super vanilla for it. It is a vanilla-rich bomb. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Cheers. I don't even need to go back into these. Team number 2, whatever that is, it's a lot better than 5. Team number 2 is moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on game number 4 of the day. We're still on our 1 o'clock games, I think. So we have team 16 going up against team number 23. So here we go. 16 is going to be on the left, and 23 is going to be on the right. Using our Kenzie glasses here, we've got our Nebraska Bourbon Society and our Penelope one. So we're going to start on the right here. Oh my God. What is that? That's the Rio. I can tell you that right now. That is the Rio. I remember pouring that. I have no idea what team is going up against that, but wow, okay. All right, so we've got a heavy hitter on the left nose. Comparatively to what the Rio is and what it has to offer, I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot if this is not the Rio, but wow, that is 100% the Rio. But I like whatever is coming out of glass Team 16's nose. That is 100% the Rio. And I give my props to whatever is in this glass that's going to go up against this, because it's got to be a heavy hitter. It's got to be one that is going to come full blast flavor in the mouth, punch it to you, and give you everything it's got to have a fighting chance against this. So here we go. I will give it to you. Team 16. Have I been saying 17? I don't even know. Team 16. If you didn't have this, like, over-oaked quality and the really hot burn that went right here on the back of your tongue, I think you might be able to pull it out. But because of that little over oakiness, and it doesn't have much complexity past that, I have to give it to Team 23. Whoever that is, Team 23 with the Rio is moving on to round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on game number 5 for today. We are moving into our 4 o'clock games. We've got 25 on our right and 20 on our left. So here we go, pouring these into our tasting glasses. All right. 25 on the right and 20 on the left. Let me know in the comments down below. Tag the time stamp in the comment and let me know if you have seen any upsets at the moment so far. So we went on our right the last time. We're on our left this time, starting with team number 20. There's a lot of cinnamon in this. A lot of cinnamon. Baking spices galore. That's a really nice sip. Wow, that is really good. It's sweet, it's proofy, but not super proofy. It's giving you that little bit of love on the tongue, so you know that it's there. But wow, is that just really balanced, and it's got this richness that rolls over your tongue. It's velvety, it's viscous, that is some really good stuff for whatever it is. It might not be super high proof, but it is really good for what it is. All right, here we go. We're moving on to team number 25 here, and that is an earthy, herbal, floral nose. Wildflowers, and I get like, it's got this cinnamon punch to it as well. I'm getting a little bit of like a red hot candy. But then I'm also getting apples, and I love when I find apples. Cheers. I think 25 might be something that is really good, but because it's going up against team number 20, it doesn't stand a chance. And team number 20. Yeah, that is 100% moving on. Number 20, whatever team that is, moving on to round number 2. And I'm sorry to say, team 25, you had a chance if you weren't going against team number 20. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our second 4 o'clock game here. We've got team number 32 on the left and team number 6 on the right. So here we go. 6 is on the right, 32 is on the left. And as you can probably tell, this is starting to hit me now. But here we go. All right, we went left, I think, last time. So we are starting here on the right with team number 6. Let's see what number 6 has to offer, everybody. This nose is really nice. It's mapley. It's got a little bit of that maple syrup and molasses coming through. A little brown sugar. And it's got a touch of a chocolate. That's really nice. It's got this really sweet espresso note coming through on the palate. That's really nice. That light, dark, semi-sweet chocolate is there. And I'll give you, it's got a little kick. It doesn't burn going down at all. It's really good. Let's move on to a glass on the left. Team number 32. It's got a mintiness to it. There's a touch of a grape with a little bit of a bubble gum and like cedar bark. I don't know how many ryes we had in this like full blind, but this is giving me like a rye-esque nose. That's reminding me a lot of a rye. It is. Or like a super high rye bourbon. I just don't know if it can compete with the one on the right. The one on the right is just a little bit more sweet. It's a little bit more complex coming through on the palate. So therefore, team number 6 is moving on to round number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have moved into our Sunday night showdown. We have our 8:20 p.m. Scheduled game. We've got team number 28 going up against team number 14. Here we go. We've got 28 on the left and team number 14 on the right. I don't remember what side we started on last time, so we're going to start here on the right. I think left, right, left, right, left, right. Yep. Maybe left, but who knows? Who cares? Not me. All right, team number 14. Here we go. This is giving me rye vibes as well. I get a lot of bready notes coming off of this. Rye bread with a little bit of a butter. There's a buttery note coming off of this. Like a brown butter. And leather. I could be crazy, but I think that might be a rye. Maybe not. Maybe it is. I don't know. This one on the left here smells like soap. It's got a little soapy quality to it. I don't know why. Team 28. I'm not getting much more. There's a grass. There's a grassy note, like a fresh cut grass. Touch of an orange. Really not the best thing I've ever had in my life. I think I'm going to have to give it to Team 28 because it's got a little bit more flavor punch with the, I think it's a little higher proof than the one on the right. And with that, you're getting a little bit more of a punchy flavor note. And the one note that I'm getting is like a sour apple. Is it the best thing in the world? No, but I think it's a little bit better than the one on the right. So with that, Team 28 is moving on to round number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on Monday Night Football. Here we go. Last game of round number 1 coming to a close. We've got team number 19 going against team number 22. This has been a fun round. We've got, 16 teams left in this entire ordeal, which means we've got 8 games. And we'll do one video for that. We're going to do one video of this a week moving into the Super Bowl. All right, finally, we got 22 open. We can finish this entire thing. Here we go. 22 on the right, 19 on the left. Starting on our left with the SLB Glencairn. Whoa, that's a really pungent nose. That comes through fruity as all could be. Fruit, oak, cherry, peach. Apricots, a little peariness. Wow, that's really good. That is really, really good. Let's move on to the one on the right. Wow, that's a vanilla bomb. These are 2 completely heavy hitter noses coming through. That was just like a fruit cake in a glass, and this is like a vanilla birthday cake coming through. That's like a really, really rich, like vanilla extract with vanilla icing, a vanilla cake. Whoa. This might be the second toughest game. Wow, holy bajoli. It's got a sweet oak, rounded out with a little leatheriness, but the finish is a little short. I'll give this glass here that the finish is short, but it's got a very, very nice beginning and middle palate. Where this one is just very nice, well balanced all the way through. That finish lingers on. There's no bitteriness that comes through on it. It's a vanilla bomb. And I don't want to give it the win because of that. It's only a 1-note wonder. But I think I'm going to have to give the win to number 22. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 16 teams moving in to round number 2. Starting all the way to the left to the right, we've got team number 2. We've got team number 3, team number 6, team number 9, team number 10, team number 11, number 12, number 13, number 15, number 18, 20, number 22, 23, 26, 27, and 28. These are the 16 teams moving on to round number 2 to hopefully get their way into the Super Bowl of Bourbons. We've got the train coming through at the end of the video. Let's let that train go through. As it tumbles its way down the tracks. But these 16 teams are going to fight their way into the top 4 and see which one can be crowned victorious. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know down in the comments below if your team is still alive in this contest. But until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.